Today, we're diving into something that could be a real game changer from Google. It's a new tool called Opal AI, and the whole idea is that it lets you build incredibly powerful, even money-making apps without writing a single line of code. Yeah, you heard that right. So how does this thing actually work? And, what's the real opportunity here for you? Let's get into it.
So, why is a tool like this such a big deal? Well, just think about how business automation used to work. Until now, if you wanted something custom, it was crazy expensive. You either had to fork over 50 grand or more to hire developers, or you were stuck piecing together a bunch of different software subscriptions that cost you hundreds and hundreds every single month. Opal AI just flips that whole model on its head. The new promise is simple. Just describe what you want in plain English. So to really get this, let's first break down the massive problem that Opal AI is built to solve. And that's the sky-high cost of automation, especially for small businesses.
I mean, for years, business owners were pretty much stuck between a rock and a hard place. Your path to custom tools meant either this huge, upfront investment in a dev team or getting tangled in all these costly monthly software fees. For most people, both of those options kept really powerful, tailored automation completely out of reach.
So that was the barrier, and now here comes Google with their answer. And you got to understand, this isn't just another product they're tossing out there. This is a huge strategic move in the bigger AI arms race that's going on right now. So what is Opal AI exactly? Well, to put it simply, it's a platform where you can build really complex AI-powered automations just by describing what you want them to do. You literally explain your process in words, and the system builds the app for you. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need a technical background at all. But what's the big picture here? Why is Google doing this? Well, according to the source, this is no side project. Opal is Google's direct shot at Microsoft, fighting for control of the massive business automation market. They are pouring serious resources into this, which, you know what that means? It creates a huge opportunity for anyone who gets in on this early. And they've built it to be incredibly easy to use. You start by just describing what you want in plain English, right? But then, and this is key, you can fine-tune everything with a super simple drag-and-drop editor. The whole thing is designed to let you build and share these complex systems easily, and all you need is a Google account to get started. Okay, so how does this thing actually work? Let's peek under the hood a little bit and talk about the core idea, automating with building blocks. Honestly, the best way to wrap your head around this is to think of it like digital Legos. Opal is basically a visual workspace, where each block is a different action, like sending an email, searching the web, or using a specific AI prompt. You just connect the blocks. For instance, check this out. Imagine you want to build a lead generation machine. You could connect a block that monitors social media for questions about your industry. When it finds one, it triggers another block, an AI that drafts a really helpful reply. If that person shows interest, boom, another block automatically books a meeting right on your calendar. And finally, a whole series of follow-up blocks can nurture that lead without you lifting a finger. That entire system just running on its own, 24/7. Okay, that sounds amazing in theory, but how do you actually get started? Well, the source material lays out a really clear 5-step process to build your very first automation. The whole process really boils down to 5 key stages. First things first, you get access. Then you find a simple, repetitive task in your business. You want to start small. The third step, and this is the most critical one, is to create extremely detailed instructions. We'll come back to that. From there, you just test and refine it. And finally, once it's working perfectly, you can scale it up to handle more complex jobs. Now let's just pause on step 3 for a second, because the source is crystal clear on this. This is where most people get it wrong. The success or failure of your entire automation really hinges on how well you define what you want it to do. So what we're talking about is specificity. It's everything. Giving a vague command like create social media posts is just going to get you generic, useless junk. But now look at the specific example. You're telling it, take this blog URL, extract 3 key points, generate 1 post for LinkedIn and 1 for Twitter, add relevant hashtags, and even match a professional tone. The more specific you get, the better the output. It's that simple. All right, now we're getting to what the source calls the biggest moneymaker in all of this, the part you might completely miss. Because, you see, the real, massive opportunity here isn't just about using Opal for your own business. The real kicker is this. The biggest opportunity is building these systems for other businesses. I mean, think about it. There are millions of business owners out there who desperately need these kinds of solutions to save time and make more money.
but they have absolutely no idea this stuff is even possible. And that's where you can come in. And we're talking about incredibly high-value services that solve really expensive problems. Just imagine selling a business a fully automated lead qualification system that weeds out all the bad leads so their sales team only talks to hot prospects. Or a content workflow that literally doubles a company's marketing output. Each one of these solves a major, expensive pain point, and businesses will happily pay a premium for that.
But here's the secret sauce, the key insight on how to actually sell this. You don't sell the technical features. Nobody buys a customer service system. What they buy is the result, reduced labor costs. They don't buy elite qualification system. They buy more qualified leads. You have to frame your entire service around the money it's either going to make them or save them.
Look, the bottom line is this. The businesses that are going to absolutely dominate their markets in the next few years will be the ones that jump on AI automation first. This, right now, is your chance to gain a competitive advantage that will be very, very difficult for anyone else to catch up to later on.
So, I guess that leaves us with one final question. As AI continues to automate more and more complex tasks, the world is going to be divided into two groups: the people whose jobs are being automated and the people who are building the automations. Which one are you going to be?